James Brown said it, but we're saying it too. Get up. We're glad that you're up with us here on 13 Sunrise. Almost 6 o'clock, starting off your Monday morning. We know it might be rough rolling over today because after a cool weekend, we have just really diving right into cold to start your morning. Looking out over downtown Indianapolis this morning, we're going to get some updates on maybe some traffic issues for you this morning. But the only issue you have to worry about now is a warm cup of coffee.
That's right. Definitely have it in handy, ready to go, because it's going to wake you up, man, when you step out that front door. It's a chilly one.
Yeah, you know how a lot of people get the thermos to keep it hot?
Yeah.
The problem is then your hands don't get hot.
Right.
You know, you need the mug this morning. Just
hot
cup
hands.
it in there. Hot hands. Oh, hot hands is a good idea.
A little soon for that.
It definitely is chilly. I don't know about you guys, but watching the IU game, I was trying to watch and maybe even listen to the coach, but the storm clouds in the background, my goodness, we got some good rain.
It came through.
I think Lindsay probably felt the same. Yeah, I know she was watching too. Hey, let's go ahead and talk about that cool forecast as you're headed out the door. Make sure you've got the jacket and the coffee, anything that's warm out there. But I tell you what, today will be the warmest day of the week. We just got to get there this afternoon. We'll have some southwest winds helping us to get to the mid-60s today. 64 is our average. We're going with a high of 66, so we're pretty much right where we should be for this time of year. But it's definitely a chilly start. We've got some 30s and 40s, but all of us definitely feel like the 30s out there once you factor in the wind chill. Of course, we're still dark right now. Sunrise this morning. This week is the first week of them. 8 a.m. sunrise is 8:01 officially in Indianapolis. So we've still got 2 hours until we go into sunrise mode, but we're still in the 30s and 40s. It's chilly out there this morning. So here's a look at those temperatures. 40 in Indy, 39 in Kokomo. It's only 42 in Muncie, and now we just dropped to 40 in Richmond. But you take a look at the winds, which are not very strong, but they're just enough to add a chill to the air. Feels like it's just barely above freezing this morning. In Richmond, same story. In Kokomo, it's 33 is what it feels like. Feels like it's only 34 right now in Indianapolis. So bundle up as you're headed out the door, but at least your consolation prize will be a lot of sunshine once the sun can finally get up. But Lindsay, this front really has hit in a big way. Maybe you get the airport and maybe fly somewhere warm.
Yeah, things are changing. Certainly more fall-like around here, but if you are headed out to the airport this morning, I do have a couple delays I want to let you know about. Right now we have, I believe, 4 delays out of Indianapolis International. They're on all different airlines as well. A couple Delta, Southwest to Orlando's on a delay, as well as Detroit, Dallas, and Atlanta. So we'll watch out for you if you are planning to leave the airport this morning. Otherwise, we'll take you out live to these I-70 ramps on the west side of town as you are approaching the airport. Travel-wise, getting to the airport is not going to be an issue. We've got these clear skies, dry roadways, everything looking good from a travel standpoint to get you to the airport. Just make sure you're double checking your airline apps in case you do have a delay on one of your flights. Otherwise, again, if you're coming from downtown Greenwood or Fishers out to the west side of town, no delay on our local interstate. So some good news there. But we'll continue to monitor it for you and let you know if we see any issues develop.
All right, we'll see you then, Lindsay. A heads up for drivers downtown this morning. Starting today, we're told a stretch of Capitol Avenue will be closing.
And it won't reopen until January, so get used to it. Let's show you what it looks like this morning between 14th and 16th Streets. A live look in this area. Looks like it's still open right now, but we're letting you know in advance that crews will start working on a new pedestrian bridge that'll connect to IU Health's new downtown hospital to the medical office building there. Looks like an Indigo bus driver is making it through this area just fine. But those buses will detour south down Meridian Street with a temporary stop for the Red Line and the Purple Line at 14th and Meridian.
Now, we know buses will return to the closed stretch of Capitol Avenue on November 18th, but general traffic will still be detoured. We're told work is expected to wrap up by January 8th.
Well, many people in Indy are sounding the alarm once again over the amount of crashes that involve pedestrians and people riding their bikes.
Yeah, so now the city says they're working on a solution to help lower those staggering statistics. Marina Silva is live near 46th and Central this morning with more on this special tool. Good morning, Marina.
Good morning. More than 24 fatal incidents involving pedestrians and bicyclists. This one. Now, the city says they have some new technology that might help with that. It's called the Centrax Advanced Transportation Monitoring System. It's seen at nearly 200 intersections around Marion County, and it monitors traffic flow and can adjust the traffic signals when needed. The system is cloud-based, so traffic engineers can manually change the light if it needs to during the high traffic situations like when we have big events here in Indianapolis. Mark McAlvey is the Health by Design CEO, a group advocating for pedestrian safety. He's optimistic the city is taking steps to protect pedestrians.
This is the way that we bring smart technology, data, and design, overlay it within the context of community to make sure that our neighborhoods are safe.
Well, this technology could mean less demand on police since traffic signals can handle the crowd control. Now, this isn't all positives coming from the city. We've seen on social media that some people are concerned over what else these cameras could be doing. So we'll share some of those concerns coming up at 6:30. Back to you guys.
Yeah, it's important to listen to those concerns, Marina, but when you hear these stories back to back sharing that, it's important to know that something has to be done, especially like this story.
Yeah. For sure, for sure. We're still ahead right now. Metro Police telling us a pedestrian is dead after she was hit by a car Sunday morning.
It happened on the south side just before 4 a.m. So our police tell us they found that woman on Shelby Street near East Stop 11 Road and US 31. She went to the hospital in critical condition but didn't make it. Police believe that she was walking nearby when she was hit.
And police say the driver of that car that hit her did stay on scene. However, right now, police say they're looking for the driver of another car that they believe struck the car that stayed on scene and then drove away. So right now they're asking if you know who this person is, to please give them a call.
Well, happening today, the jury trial for a man accused in a serious hit and run is set to begin.
Aaron McGee is accused of hitting 13-year-old Jasper Young while he was a teen, while he was riding his bike, and it happened in Wilkinson back in June of 2023. Doctors tell us Young miraculously recovered from a serious brain injury.
Now, McGee is charged with a felony count of leaving the scene of an accident, resulting in death or catastrophic injury. Opening statements are expected this afternoon in the courtroom. IMPD confirms that one person is dead after a shooting on the northeast side Sunday afternoon.
Metro Police telling us it happened in a neighborhood near 42nd and Post. Officers arrived around 2 p.m. and they say they found a man with a gunshot wound. He died shortly after EMS crews arrived.
Now, detectives are still working through what led up to this shooting. They say that there was some kind of disturbance, though, just before shots were fired.
Detectives are canvassing this area, hoping to speak with witnesses. We do not believe that there's an ongoing threat to this particular neighborhood or apartment complex. We'll be out here for some time trying to piece together exactly what occurred.
They don't believe it's an ongoing threat, likely because they do have a person detained, IMPD says. They also tell us this is an ongoing and active investigation, as you just heard from that officer. Well, an off-duty police officer is in custody this morning after a shooting on the west side.
Yeah, police say it happened outside the Pony Strip Club Sunday morning. Metro Police say they were called to 35th and Lafayette Road around 3 a.m. When they arrived on scene, they found a car that had crashed into a barricade and a man in the driver's seat who appeared to have been shot.
Now, IMPD confirms that an off-duty officer was the shooter, but they say he does not work for Metro Police. They didn't confirm which department he works for. They also say that people who were hit by the car, 2 of them were taken to the hospital. One woman in critical condition, the other described as stable. There was a passenger inside of the car that crashed into that barricade. They also went to the hospital, but we don't know how serious their injuries were.
Well, we have an update this morning. Metro Police now say they've made an arrest in a deadly shooting on Friday that happened Friday on the city's west side. So police tell us a 23-year-old woman is in custody accused of shooting and killing another man in his own car. So this happened around 2 p.m. Friday on Donald Avenue near Georgetown and 38th Street. Police say the woman drove off after the shooting. Right now, no officials have been charged at this time.
All right, heads up, you might want to slow it down this morning and check your mail because you may have a ticket on the way. If you drive really fast through those work zones on 465 and I-69, and NDOT confirms they mailed out more than 168,000 of those violation notices since they started enforcing this back in May. 162,000 are warnings, so that's your first offense. There's no money involved here. 4,000, though, are second offenses, and nearly 2,500 are those $150 fines, which means this was your third time being caught on camera. An NDOT spokesperson tells 13 News the department has collected more than $600,000 from these tickets so far, and that money goes into the state's general fund. So a reminder, that speed limit in those work zones is cut down to 45 miles per hour. If you're caught driving more than 55 miles per hour on camera, expect a ticket in the mail.
Well, we have an update this morning on the decision to cut the print edition of IU's student paper, the Indiana Daily Student. So Purdue's paper, the Exponent, says they're now stepping in. So the Exponent CEO and publisher Kyle Charters posted on X saying that they delivered a special edition to IU Bloomington. He called it, quote, Operation Clandestine Delivery as show of solidarity.
Now, the Exponent says that the 3,000 papers delivered contain editorials from past and present IDS editors. IU fired a student media advisor last week and halted the funding for IDS print edition. So student leaders at the IDS called it censorship from state leaders. A huge shakeup this morning in our favor. The top 25 college football poll, nearly every team moved to a new spot, including our Hoosiers.
That's right. They're now ranked second after their big homecoming win Saturday over Michigan State. So that's a new program record, breaking the one that the school just set a week ago when they were ranked third.
And next up is UCLA. That kickoff is at noon on Saturday at Memorial Stadium.
And at the pro level, the Colts, now the top team in the NFL after that another dominant win yesterday.
Feels good to say that. They beat the Chargers 38-24, putting them at 6-1 now for the season.